Shalom, shalom, Israel. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbat to the brothers. Yahweh Shamar Al Hashem, Yahweh Shai to the sisters. I'm Officer 500 out of Montreal, IHPK, Israeli School of Israeli School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. And we are here. We are a school that teaches the truth about the Bible. We tell the truth about the Bible, that the fact that the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indians are the 12 tribes of Israel. We are not a religious institution like you see religion outside. We are not that. We are a school where we teach Black, Latinos, and Native Indians their heritage, their culture, their ideology, their laws, their rulership. Today we have a class for you. You see what's going on. I don't know if a lot of you are familiar with the subject, but you see what's going on over here in Canada. In Canada, you see they want to drive the pipeline, have lands to drive the pipeline to across native land, and now native are taking a stand. They're taking a stand against such decision. And what happened now? They bring the RCMP, the mounted police. They bring them in their land. They arrest some people, and we're gonna see exactly what's going on. We're gonna see what the Bible says about these things. And we see also that the native want to join exactly the oppressor. The native wants to exactly be looking for help. They're turning towards the oppressor and looking for help. Is this something that they should do? Is this something that they need to do? What are the natives supposed to do? Understand? And because we see throughout history, the oppressor never ever respected their treaties. They make a treaties, they make a contract with our people, and they didn't respect it. Understand? So I'm gonna show you a short video about the native treaties of Canada, so you could be familiar exactly of what's going on in life in Canada for the native. And after that, we're gonna see what's happening with that. Understand? Just give me a few minutes so I could share my screen. So like if I might have a technical problem over here, like the internet is really slow today. Okay, there you go. Daniela Bandawad, Shalom. Speedy, Shalom. Shalom. Ak, welcome to ISUPK Canada. Just give me a few seconds there. I'm going to share my screen. I'll show you the treaty of Canada history, a little bit of Canadian history. Here we go. Is it good? Because it must be good. The video good if you like this. Like I didn't try and start it. So like I was saying, I have technical difficulties over here. Just let me start it over again, see if I could play. It's not too long, and you could read it while it's playing. You could read while it's playing. Just give me a few seconds there. I'm trying to reshare my screen again. Hopefully, it's not. Okay, it should be working right now. Let's go try to make it play. Is it good now? Better? What is a treaty? Exactly what is a treaty? It's a legal document between two nations or two parties. It's like a contract. It's a contract. It's, yeah, the video is the oppressor is the damn devil. Is the damn devil. I don't know why it's not playing. Well, the video doesn't want to play. I'll try something else. So like again, the internet over here is really bad today. But it talks about the treaties that the native did, how many treaties the native did over here with the oppressor and whatnot. And throughout the video, they show you exactly what type of treaties and why they signed the treaties, what was going on over here, why did the native sign treaties. They signed the treaties according to the video, according to history, because the source of food, the main source of food, which was the buffalo was starting to be extinct. So they didn't have no real agriculture. Understand? They they were producers that came, but they said like they didn't have the they didn't have no all the source of main food, so they signed the treaties. And when they signed the treaties, what happened? They needed tools to cultivate the land. They needed the land. And what happened? The oppressor didn't give them the tool. They give them a little bit of money, but that's it. Understand? Let me see if I could find the video, because the video is really interesting. There, it's a little short. You could read. You could read through it. So I'm trying to see if it's gonna work now. Hopefully it works. Okay. All right. I'm going to do it one last time for the see if it's gonna work. Five. All right. What was I? Just give it a good load. As you can see, the so far so good. So like it for the delay. It's blurry again. The video. So I'm gonna cause makes no point to play it. And you can see what's really. All right. Shalom, shalom, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbat Tam to the troopers, to the warriors online, Jonathan and troopers Abadja. Shalom. Come, video is blurry, so I stopped it. But you could go see it. The video is called Canada Treaties. Go check it out. Treaties of Canada. It's a little short video, 5 minute about. Shalom. Shalom. We have Warrior Diane over here in Montreal, and in class with us as well. So we're gonna get right to it. We see exactly the treaties of Canada. They made a lot of treaties. If any of you troopers want to add in and chip in, you could unmute your mic. It's like back in the days, today as well, they're oppressing their own land. Why is that? You understand? And we see exactly the native, instead of coming back to who they are, what do they do? They go to the oppressor and demand for help. We need help. We need this. We need that. Is it something that the native should be doing? What should the native be doing right now? Saying this time. They should be in the ISUPK. They should look up to the warriors, the priests and prophets of the ISUPK, and turn back to the Most High, because the native are in this situation because of not following the laws, because they are the 12 tribes of Israel. Now, Troopers Abadja, can you get me Matthew 11, chapter 12? So like I have chapter 11, verse 12. Trooper Warrior Jonathan, get me Psalm 55, verse 20. You can unmute your mics.
We don't see anyone.
No. All right, you call me. You hear me fine and well, Warriors?
Khan, I don't want Khan.
Khan. So let's go on with the scriptures. Troopers Abadja, Matthew 11, chapter 11, verse 12.
This is Matthew 11, verse 12. And from the days of John the Baptist until now of the Salakia. And from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffereth violence, and violence take it by force.
The kingdom of heaven suffereth violence. What does that mean? What is the kingdom of heaven?
The kingdom of heaven?
Yeah. Go ahead, Jonathan. If you want to chip in, go ahead.
Khan, if I may, I believe the kingdom of heaven is basically when us as Israel, like, we're in our land and back in our power.
Exactly. So basically, it's like us in power, us ruling the earth. So what does it mean? Like we the kingdom of heaven suffer violence.
So
since John the Baptist.
I think it means that basically the other nations have tried to take our country by force.
Mm-hmm. How did the oppressor get this kingdom? Is it through peace?
No, through the sword.
To the sword, you understand? So they want to rule exactly by force. They want to rule the earth by force. Understand? The kingdom of heaven is us ruling. So they want that rulership. They want to control the earth. But how do they get the control of the earth?
By killing us.
By killing. You understand? That's what they're doing today with the native. They're doing this today exactly in the native land, trying to have the pipeline cross their land. But they made treaties. They made treaties with the natives saying this is your land. Your land is sacred, right?
God.
So we see exactly that the oppressor doesn't respect the treaties that he made.
Like,
you understand?
So did you Psalm 55 and 21?
Go ahead again. You cutting up?
You said Psalm 55 and 21?
And verse 20.
Okay. This is the book of Psalm, chapter 55 and verse 20. He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him.
Hold on a second. Warrior. Were the native like violent, hostile towards the oppressor? Were they hostile when they first came? Were they hostile to the oppressor?
La'ah.
God, they received them with open arm. What's happening today? Today, you see exactly the oppressor want to drive the pipeline through their land. Were they hostile towards the oppressor? Were they violent for that to happen?
La'ah.
God, you understand? They were at peace with the oppressor, just like us. We were at peace. We never bothered the oppressor. You understand? We in the ghetto. We don't bother the oppressor. But what happened? They come and do what? They put us in jail. They kill us. They take our home. You understand? And so on. This is the same thing. That's what this verse is talking about. Go ahead.
Verse 21. The words of his
No,
mouth.
okay. Go with the verse 20. Go. Stay on verse 20.
Oh, Salakia.
Read it again.
He hath forth hand against such as be at peace with him. He hath
He
broken.
put his. Go ahead. Go ahead.
He hath broken his covenant.
He has broken what?
His covenant.
His covenant. You understand? He broke. How many treaties did the oppressor keep?
0.
0. He didn't keep no treaties. You understand? He didn't keep nothing. You can't even trust their words. They say something, they do something else. You understand? What does the Bible say about that? Should we keep our words?
God.
God, the Bible says to keep your words. And Trooper Zabaja, give me Numbers 30 verse 2. The Bible tells us to exactly keep our words. You say something, your words got to be your words. The Bible says, let your yea be nay, yea, and let your nay be nay, right?
Khan.
So we can't be like the oppressor. We can't be exactly like the oppressor say something. You understand? We defeated. So like we defeated the Aboriginal and created. No, you didn't defeat them. You murdered them. You murdered them. They opened you. They opened they opened their arms to you. You understand? They showed you how to survive the winter. Then after that, you killed them. You understand? Just like the devil that you is. Act true. So like, go ahead, Trooper Zabaja.
The book of Numbers 30, verse 2. If a man vow unto the Lord, or swear an oath.
If a man does what?
Vow unto the Lord, or swear an oath, to bind his soul.
You make a treaty. Go ahead.
Or swear an oath to bind his soul with a bond, he shall not break his word. He shall do
No, Trooper. He shall break his word, right?
He shall not break his word.
What shall he do?
He shall do according to all that proceedeth out his mouth.
Exactly. You understand? You understand that? Actually, it's not called conquest. It's called theft, grand theft. You understand? It's called extermination of a people. You understand? That this is a smooth word that you people use. You understand? But if the native do the same thing, you will exterminate the native. So he shall keep his word. He shall do everything that he says he's gonna do, right? Trooper Zabaja. He shall do everything that he says he's going to do, right?
He shall do according to Khan.
He shall do according to.
You want me to continue with the verse?
Was that it on that verse?
Khan Adawan Khan.
Khan, you could stay there. You understand? But he shall do everything that he said he was going to do. You say you're going to do something, do it. You understand? Don't say I'm gonna follow the Most High, then after that you don't follow the Most High. You say you're gonna follow the Most High, do it. You make a vow out there, do it. You understand? Otherwise, it's like being like the oppressor. The oppressor is that type of person. You can't trust the oppressor. You understand? The oppressor says something and does something else. You understand? Just like the Bible say that he put his hand forth with those that was at peace with him. Jonathan just left. He's coming back. Understand? Yeah, it's also wild. I'm gonna read something for you there. Just give me a few seconds. The treaties. And in fact, I'm trying to share my screen because it's not a video, so this should be you should be able to see it. The treaties. We're in Canadian government site right here. Right? I don't know why my screen is like that. Can you see it? Do you see it where you see it? Yeah, okay, so wow.
Khan.
Now in this Treaties of Canada, you understand that that's the government page, government of agreements. Then you have different. You go over here. What are indigenous people? Then you see what relates the bottom part. Now you have the numbers of treaty and different type of treaties. You could read it when you have time. And Warrior Jonathan, you go ahead. You could read over here. So start over here.
You want me from what are Aboriginal rights?
Come.
What are Aboriginal rights? Aboriginal rights, commonly referred to as an Indigenous rights, are collective rights of distinct Indigenous societies following from their status as the original peoples of Canada. These rights.
See that you could say that they are the original people of Canada. Now they have their right. They are granted rights. Is that fair? Is that righteous to something to do? Is that something righteous to do? Jonathan, is it something righteous to do? I come to your house. It's your house. I tell you how to live. I give you your rights.
Nah.
Exactly. But this is what's happening over here. Go ahead. Keep on going.
These rights are recognized and affirmed by Section 35 of the Constitution Act 1982.
So according to the Constitution of Canada, these rights should be to the native and the native only, and they shouldn't be broken, right? Exactly. Let's keep on.
The Constitution does not define Indigenous rights under Section 35, but they can include.
They can include. They can include. So it's not really rights, but they can include. Go ahead.
Aboriginal title ownership rights to land.
Hold on, stay there. They own the land. They own the land, or the little piece of the land that they give them. They own it, right? But what happened today? What happened? The oppressor wants to drive a pipeline across the land. This is what's happening today. Understand? Today, the oppressor say your rights doesn't matter no more. This not. We don't care about your rights. We want to drive that pipeline to your land, and we're gonna do it. And they are even arrested people for it. Understand? Go ahead.
Rights to occupy and use lands and resources such as hunting and fishing rights.
They should be able to do anything that they want in their land, right? This is what it's saying. They want to fish, they go fish. They want to hunt, they go hunt. You understand? But what's happening today? Do they have the right? Do they even have the right to live right now on their land? Do they have the right to be safe on their land? So the oppressor doesn't even respect exactly his treaties. Understand? The oppressor doesn't even respect what he says as human right. Understand? Go ahead.
Self-government rights.
Stay there. This is why I wanted to show the little video. And once you have time, go see that little video, Treaties of Canada. You're gonna see in the video, it was mandatory. It was a law. The native couldn't govern themselves. This is why they give them piece of land over here, piece of land, because the native wanted the land. They wanted all the reservation to be close to each other. Understand? But they're like, nah, we're gonna divide you. You can't govern yourself. We're gonna divide you. And you could see that they say the native cannot in the rights. They say they have the right to self-govern themselves. This is the oppressor. The oppressor has a double tongue, just like a snake.
Khan.
Understand? Go ahead.
And last one, cultural and social rights.
What happened to the native children that was upholding the culture? Any of you know?
The children.
Salakia, sir, can you say that again?
There were children that were. What happened to the native children who had their own culture over here in Canada? What happened to them?
Khan, sir, they were put in boarding schools and stripped of their culture. From what I've always been taught as growing up.
You understand? But they have social and cultural right. So they should not be in boarding school. You heard that at you? You're saying native are too corrupt, but nah, who is more corrupt than your people? Native don't make cocaine. Where cocaine come from? All the drugs in the native reservation, where do they come from? What happened to the native that were murdered? The pregnant women that were raped and killed? This is corruption, man. Your people, your race of people are corrupt, not all people. You understand? But just like we see exactly, native, they say that native have cultural right, but their children were. It doesn't make sense, right? They make cigarettes. That's the little thing that they could make over here. You understand? They make cigarettes, but what else do they have? Everything is taken away. Instead of being at you, you should your people future. You should go and see where you come to you. Tu lis anglais? Pas trop. Tu veux essayer? And next, bring me verse. Hold on. Give me a minute. They're cutting off. Okay, you guys are back. Jonathan, bring me to Psalm 120, verse 7. Zabajah, bring me to Psalm 125, verse 3. It's getting slow. You keep cutting up. Jonathan, bring me to Psalm 120, verse 7. Troopers Zabajah, Psalm 125, verse 3.
Khan, whenever you're ready, sir.
Go ahead. Anytime you have it.
This is Psalms 125, verse 3. For the rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous, lest the righteous put forth their hands unto iniquity.
Exactly. The rod of the wicked shall not rest. No matter what we do, the wicked is always going to be the wicked. Understand? The wicked always going to be the wicked. Is always going to try to do something. The more righteous you're going to see, the more righteous we become, the more they're going to try to say something. They're going to try to oppress us. They're always trying to oppress our people. You understand? They want to see our people do what? Sabajah.
They want to see our people suffer.
Suffer. But it's right there, right at the end of the verse.
Khan. At the end of the verse, where at least the righteous put forth their hands on it onto iniquity.
So what does that mean?
Righteous hands. They want us to stay. Basically, they want to see us do bad.
Exactly. You are that actual saying they sell cigarette. Well, what do they have? You understand? Everything was taken away from them until they sell cigarette. It's right there in the Bible. You understand? They want to see us do bad. They're gonna keep on beating us, beating us until we do bad. They're gonna keep on oppressing this cigarette. That's all they have. That's all they have. You understand? You understand the verse, Trooper Zabaji?
Khan.
God, so you see exactly like that actual that devil actual say they sell cigarette, but that's all they have. That's all they have today. You understand? And they were beating so much, they were oppressed so much till today they're oppressed, and the only thing they have is cigarette. We all know that cigarette is not good. We should not smoke cigarette. You understand?
Khan, sir. Salakia, if I may, they won't even let them set up their own banks on the so-called lands that they give them.
Of course not. Of course not. They make bank. They have businesses. You understand? They have businesses. So they have revenue that comes in.
Salakia,
So they're not. Go ahead. You want to say something, Jonathan?
No, Salakia, I have the scripture you wanted.
All right, just hold it a few seconds. So they won't even let them have bank. You know something about the native that bothers me a lot? They don't even have clean water to drink on their reservation. If you go see their water is disgusting, man. Some places are better than others, but they don't even have clean waters, man. I don't know if you ever went to a native reservation or native where they grow up at, but it almost looked like Haiti. You understand? You almost look like a third world country. You understand? It breaks my heart to see this, but we live in the oppressor's land, in the oppressor's time, so like it, and their rod is upon us until we put our hands in iniquities, man. Until we do bad. Go ahead with the verse, Jonathan.
Khan Adawan Khan. It's just Psalms chapter 120 and verse 7. I am for peace, but when I speak, they are for war.
We are for peace. You understand? What we say over here is for peace. You understand? What the natives say? Natives say what? Take care of what? The water. Take care of the air. Take care of the animals. They are for peace. But what happened to them? You understand? What happened to them? They were almost exterminated, wiped out, killed, beaten, raped, tortured. You understand? We are for peace by saying that we need to do what God says. We are for peace when we say we need to take care of the earth. You see, there's a hole in the ozone layer. We are for peace when we say we need to do what God said to take care of the earth. But while we say that, they are for war, man. Understand? Any of you want to say something? You could say it. Don't be shy.
If I may, sir, I had a precept.
Go ahead.
It's in Deuteronomy chapter 20 and verse 10, like basically to add to the, how the nation of Israel is for peace. When you read in Deuteronomy chapter 20 verse 10, it says, when thou comest nigh unto a city to fight against it, then proclaim peace unto it. And it shall be, if it make thee answer of peace and open unto thee, then it shall be that all the people that is found in there shall be tributaries unto thee, and they shall serve thee. So basically, before we come against the city to fight it, we are to pronounce, peace, basically.
Peace. This is what we're doing. You understand? In the ICPK, we're not going out there fighting. Understand? We're telling black people to stay off of drugs. That's peace. We're telling people to stop murdering each other, stop robbing each other, stop lying, stop doing adultery. This is dope, and this is an excellent precept, Jonathan. You understand? This is an excellent precept. Exactly. So we're for peace. The things that we say is not for war. We're not out there to trying to make war, trying to make a revolution, take arms, and go shoot up the oppressor. Understand? We over here
God, I don't
saying
want
we need to do what God says. We are for. Okay? I live on a reservation on my life. Actually, if you live on a reservation, your father is a native. You are a Godite. Understand? You are a person of the Bible. You are children of Israel. You're saying Israel supports you, not native. Israel Israel don't support native people, man. You understand? They make money off our identity. And native don't like black. You understand? You know why native don't like black people? Because exactly the oppressor push.
Not tout est, c'est not.
C'est
C'est
exactly.
pour ça, Amérindien là, puis
It's the same thing with the Latinos. I mean, what the Warriors over here say is like they're gonna make them be against one another. And this is what happened. Understand, with the Latinos, with the blacks, we're the same people. Black people don't even like black people. Why is that? Understand? Because of the oppression that we went under. Well, bring me to Psalm 55, verse 21, Jonathan. And Trooper Zabaja, get me Job 12 and verse 6.
God, I got it, sir.
Go ahead when you have it.
Psalm chapter 55 and verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
The word of his mouth what?
Was smoother than butter.
Hold on. We just want to drive the pipeline to your land. The word of his mouth was what?
Was smoother than butter.
No, you don't understand. We want peace with you, native. We want a coalition of love with you. Go ahead.
But war was in his heart.
Well, war is in his heart, man. These natives, you understand? You go against the treaties that you hold. It's a war. It's a declaration of war. Imagine Russia with the nuclear deals and everything. If one of them go against that deal, what happened? It's a declaration of war, right?
War.
Exactly. It's the same thing with the native. They want to drive the pipeline to the native land. It should be war right now. Understand?
God.
It should be war.
God.
Read it again, Jonathan.
From the top, sir?
Go ahead.
God. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
The word of his mouth was smoother than butter. They come with smooth word, just like a snake. You understand? The snake does. He never shows his teeth when it does. When it's when the snake is hissing, it never shows his teeth until you get beaten. You understand?
God.
Until it bites. This is how a snake is. So their word of their mouth, what they say is smooth like butter. They come like the preachers. They come with such humility. If you love native, how come native don't have clean water in their land? Why you wasting water? You wasting water in the summit, trying to say you cleaning the streets. Yeah. Go ahead.
But war was in his heart.
What they're doing in native land right now is a declaration of war. Understand? And soon it's gonna get worse. The oppressor is like this. It goes little by little, and soon it's gonna get worse for the native, just like it's gonna get worse for us in the ghettos.
God.
You understand? Troopers Zabaja, go ahead.
Khan. Job 12 and 6. The tabernacles of robbers prosper.
Hold on. The tabernacle of who?
Robbers prosper.
Robbers. So the person that came in Canada, the race of people that came in Canada, how God, what did the Bible call them?
The tabernacles of robbers.
Robbers, man. It's robbery, man. You hear that, actual? You understand? They are robbers, man. That it's not conquest, it's robbing. It's theft. Understand? Go ahead.
The tabernacles of robbers prosper, and they that provoke God are secure.
Every city in
Into
Canada and every city.
whose hand God bringeth abundantly.
So like I read it again, you're cutting up. Go ahead again,
Salakia, sir, I couldn't hear anything.
And go ahead again, you're cutting up. So like it.
The tabernacles of robbers prosper, and they that provoke God are secure, into whose hand God bringeth abundantly.
What do they do? They
They
provoke God. How they provoke God?
They provoke God by robbing.
By robbing his people, by putting their hands on God's chosen people. You understand? That's how they provoke God. By doing what they do to the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indians who are the 12 tribes of Israel, man. You understand? That's how they provoke God. Go ahead.
Salakia. They that provoke God are secure. Into
They're
whose
secure,
hand
man. Nothing happens to them, man. You understand? Nothing. They're secured in their land, man. Let's go ahead.
into whose hand God bringeth abundantly.
God gave them a lot of things, man. God gave them abundance, man. You understand? For now, we're gonna keep on reading.
To the next verse.
Yes, go ahead.
Salakia. But ask now the beast.
No, ask
And
not
they
the beast. Ask the beast, man. Ask the animals. Go ahead.
and they shall teach thee.
They shall teach you. Who exterminated almost all the animals on earth? What race of people?
Our oppressors.
All oppressors, man. You understand? Ask the beast who's the devil. They're gonna tell you who's the devil. Look at what's going on out there right now. The fishes are dying. They're coming coming in short. The birds are falling out of the sky. You understand? Ask the beast. Ask the animals, man. Who's the devil? If the native were ruling right now, would the animals suffer right now?
La.
The native take care of the animals. They love the animals, man. Ask the beast, man. Go ahead.
But ask now the beast, and they shall teach thee, and the fowls of the air, and they shall tell thee.
Ask the birds, man. Ask the birds. The birds are falling out of the sky. Ask them, man, who's the devil? Who's putting poison in the air for them to die? Go ahead.
Or speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee. And the fishes of the sea shall declare unto thee.
Today. Understand? Ask the earth, man. Who's going and bombing the earth like crazy? Who's taking the oils out of the earth like it's the blood of the earth? The oil is there to help the friction between the rocks. Now, once they take all this oil out, you know what's gonna happen? More earthquakes, man. Ask the earth, man. Go ahead.
And the fishes of the sea shall declare unto thee. Salakia.
Exactly, like I was saying, the fishes are dying in power.
You want me to go on to verse 9?
Go ahead on verse 9.
Who knoweth not in all these that the hand of the Lord hath wrought this.
Exactly. It's because of God, man. All this is God. Is God that's letting it happen. You understand? For a time. All this is going on, God is letting it happen. Just like the oppressor is prospering right now, God is letting it happen. But it's only for a time. So oppressor, enjoy your time. Enjoy your time, the oppressor. Kana the one
Salakia,
come.
Salakia, sir. Is this like, see how it's, you said like basically creation is being, destroyed by the oppressors for a time. Is this
Mhm.
what it means in Romans chapter 8? I'll read it, verse 19. For the okay, yeah. For the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of God. For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who has subjected the same in hope, because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of God. Is that talking about like the creation?
You got it to the end. You got the verse. It's talking exactly about that. Even the creatures are waiting for us to rule, because they
Con,
know that once we rule, they will be saved. They won't be dying. Fish won't be dying in piles. Birds won't fall out the sky. You understand? That's what it's talking about. When
con,
once we rule, everything's gonna be glad. The
con,
earth is gonna rejoice.
con,
Understand? So
con,
that's why it's important that we follow the Most High, we follow the Bible, we get ready, make our election certain. You understand? So we could be ready to rule the world. We could be ready to rule the earth. And you're gonna see everything is gonna be glad. The fish gonna be glad. The dogs are gonna be more happier. Cats are gonna be glad. Crocodiles, alligators gonna be glad. You understand? Ask the
Con,
beach. Ask them right now. Who's the devil? They will tell you. But once the Son of God come on power, being led by Christ, you the earth be happy, man. This is what it's talking about. You understand?
con.
Bring me to Job. One of you bring me to Job 9, verse 25.
I got it, sir.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Job,
Troopers
chapter.
Abaja.
Con.
So like Troopers Abaja, bring me to Job 24, verse 23. Go ahead, Jonathan.
Con. This is Job chapter 20. Salaki. This is Job chapter 9, verse 25.
25.
Now my days are swifter. Oh, is this? Yeah. Now my days are swifter than a post. They flee away. They see no good. Is that the
So
one?
like bring me to 21:18.
21:18, or
Yes.
did you want? Or you Okay, Salakia 21.
Bring me to 21:18, and Troopers Abaja is gonna read that with the
Okay,
rest.
okay.
Salakia, sir, you want me to read Job 24?
Come on, go ahead.
This is Job 24, verse 23. Though it be given him to be in safety, whereon the resteth, yet his eyes are upon their ways.
Exactly. Go ahead and read it again, Salaka.
Salakia, sir. Though it be given him to be in safety, whereon he resteth, yet his eyes were upon their ways.
Exactly. Even though you see the oppressor being in safety right now, just like we read before in the other verse, the oppressor is has everything in abundance. You understand? Is not nothing troubles him right now. But you know what? God is watching everything. Raping their woman, killing their woman, murdering his people, man. God is watching it all, man. God is watching exactly how they treat the Negroes, the Latinos, and the Native Indian. You understand? So you see them exactly being safe right now. It's just for a time. You understand? Jonathan, bring me to Job 24, verse 23.
Con. Job 24, verse 3.
Yeah, 23.
24, 23.
That's what you read. That's what you read, Zabadja, right?
Khan.
Oh,
And 21:18. So like it.
Khan. This is the book of Job, chapter 21, verse 18. They are as stubble before the wind, and as chaff that the storm carrieth away.
So like it. So like it. Go ahead again.
They are as stubble before the wind.
And read verse 17. So like it.
Khan. How oft is the candle of the wicked put out, and how oft cometh their destruction upon them. God distributeth sorrows in his anger.
There you go. You understand? Destruction is coming for the native, man. It's like for the oppressor of the native. Destruction is coming for the oppressor, man. God sees exactly how they treat the native, what they do. They go into the land, no justice for the native. God is gonna bring sorrow for them, man. You understand? God is gonna bring sorrow and destruction. You understand?
God.
So we see exactly what God is doing. So we see exactly that God is like a movie director. You understand? He wrote the scene, he put the actors in play, and we see watching it play it out. You understand? It might be rough to see. We see the native what they're going under. We see what our people what they're going under, but it's only for a time. Understand? Once that time is over, forget about it. The oppressor is gonna suffer. You understand? Act 2. You're gonna suffer. It's right there in the Bible. You understand? Bring me to Psalm 73, verse 5. Just gonna bring this.
I got it.
Okay, go ahead.
Psalm 73, verse 5. They are not in trouble as other men. Salakia, sir. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men.
Exactly. They're not in trouble right now like other men. You see what's going on in China right now? What in Canada? They're cool right now. They're not scared right now. You understand? Go ahead.
Therefore, pride compasses them about as a chain.
Wait. What compasses them?
Pride compasses them about as a chain.
We have exactly the example exactly on the chat. You understand where this guy said the white man is the oppressor is too smart. Pride compasses them. You understand? There are people of they have a lot of pride. They think that they're higher than God. You understand? Go read it again.
Therefore, pride compasses them as about a chain.
As about to change, like it's like they're chained with that pride. It's like, you understand, they're slaves to that pride. Understand? They're so prideful. Understand? But this is what the Bible says. We don't say we're not saying it. We're not saying. You understand? The Bible says destruction is coming for the oppressor. You understand? But the oppressor is such a prideful beast that it is gonna come and is gonna attack us. It's not gonna say, well, it's in the Bible. It's really written in the Bible. I should watch my word nowadays. I should be careful what I say about the Negroes, Latinos, the Native Indian. You understand? They're not gonna be like that. You understand? And Jonathan, bring me to Psalm 89, verse 32. I'm trying to see.
This is the book of Psalm, chapter 89 and verse 2. For I have
verse 32. Verse 32.
Oh, Salakia. So this is Psalm chapter 89, verse 32. Then will I visit their transgression with the rod and their iniquity with stripes.
Wait a second. Wait a second. What's gonna happen?
Then will I visit their transgression with the rod and their iniquity with stripes.
With the rod. Exactly. This is what's coming for the oppressor, man. You understand? This is what's coming for the oppressor. So you understand? This echoing on the chat line might talk a lot, but this is written for his race. You understand? He's gonna visit his people with stripes. They're gonna get a beating from the Most High hand. Just like you beat up you beat a child that doesn't want to listen, you smacking smacking across the face. You understand? God is gonna do the same thing with the oppressor, man. You understand?
Khan, another one, Khan.
So we see exactly what's going on, and let me try to see if this is gonna trying to share my. Uh, you can see all of you can see my screen good. It's sharing. This is what's going on. You see on the railroads,
Khan,
blocking the railroads.
Khan, another one, Khan.
You understand? Go ahead. Confirm after we just read they have the right exactly to their own land. You understand? When they come arrest them on their own land for what? Protesting exactly what they don't want on their own land. You understand? People were arrested near Chase after a court ordered injunction. South Burton and Capital Jesse O'Donoghue say Chase RT to assist CP service officer on Tuesday, February 25th, after approximately two blockade. So this is what you can read in the subject, but this is major news in Canada. And don't be shocked if you start seeing native of being killed because they want to stand for their land, for the right of their own land in peace. Don't be shocked you see this. Understand? To Jeremiah 4, chapter 4, verse 17. And another one of you bring me to Deuteronomy 28, 28 verse 52.
Khan.
Khan, another one, Khan. I have the Jeremiah 4, verse 17.
Lay it out.
Jeremiah 4, verse 17. As field, are they against her round about? Because she has been rebellious against me.
Let me select it. Just let me get there with you there. Read it again, Bible question.
Khan, another one, Khan. As keepers of a field, are they against her roundabout? Because she has been rebellious against me, saith the Lord.
This is why the oppressors are on their land. You understand? Surround against the Most High. You understand? This is the reason why they're suffering like this. Just like us too. Just like us, the Negroes, the Haitian, the Dominican, you understand, South America, we suffer so much because we're not following exactly what God said. And now what happened? The oppressor as the goal to exactly do whatever he could on us. Go ahead.
Khan, sir, you want me to continue on to verse 18?
18. Go ahead with it. 18.
Thy way and thy doings have procured these things unto thee. Continue, sir.
What you did because not Salaga?
Sir, I was just
Okay.
asking if you wanted me to continue.
Hold on, just hold on. I'll just add a little bit on the verse. But because exactly of what we're doing, because of how we're living, we're not living exactly according to the Bible. This is why it's happening. This is the reason why these things are happening to us. You understand? It's right there in the Bible. So the Israel these things is not happening to him because why? Because he's not the people of the book. It's happening to the native, to the Negroes, and to the Latinos. You see the Latinos in cages exactly in the border in Mexico. You go ahead. Okay, you see exactly what's happening in the border in Mexico with the Latinos. You see exactly what's happening in South America, in the Caribbean. These things are happening. Why? Because exactly we're not following the Mosai. Just like the verse say, these things happen because we let it happen by not following the Mosai because of our doing. If we do better, if we follow the Mosai, God's gonna protect us, and these things will never happen to us. Go ahead, finish the verse.
This is thy wickedness, because it is bitter, because it reacheth unto thine heart.
It's exactly this is wickedness. This is our wickedness. This is our doing. You understand? This is our wickedness. Because our wickedness, we suffer to these things. You understand? And the Bible say the Bible say exactly so like the Bible say exactly that if we don't follow the Lord, we're gonna suffer through this. You understand? If we don't follow the laws of God, we're gonna suffer through all these curses. And we're gonna read one of the curses after. You understand? But this is why we're suffering in our land. This is why the native right now they're in exactly on their land, standing up and saying no, we don't want the pipeline on our land. RCMP out. But they run about our land. Why? Because we don't follow the Mosai. You understand? That was it on the verse.
Come on, sir.
And do you have the verse that I asked you for?
Khan Adawan
Deuteronomy
Khan.
28, 50. Go ahead.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 52. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates until thy high.
He shall do what?
And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates.
In all that gate. He shall besiege in all that gate. You understand? That's what's happening to the native right now.
You're being besieged, sir.
Exactly. They're on their own land, in captivity on their own land. And now you have the RCMP people to put on it. You have the RCMP on their own land arresting people. They're being besieged, man. Understand? They're being besieged on their own land. And why is that? Why these things are happening?
And because of their wickedness.
Exactly. We just read it. Keep on going with the verse.
Khan Adawan Khan. Until thy high and fenced walls come down, wherein thou
until your defense is exactly your high wall is your defense. You understand? Your leaders, your defense, your people that's supposed to protect you. They won't be there no more. Understand? Who's protecting the native right now? They're standing up as a people, but where's the leader that's ready to stand? The chief that's speaking for them. Where's that? Where are they? Understand? Where's the chief that's gonna? Okay, this is what we're suffering. We're suffering the curses of Deuteronomy 20 and 28. And these prophets, these curses are signed. They are signed to show exactly who are the children of God, who are the 12 tribes of Israel. And we, as Black, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indian, we fit these curses perfectly. Why? Because we are the people of that book, not the Jewish men in Israel. The Jewish man in Israel is not a damn Jew. You understand? If they know that's true, well, you don't know history. You understand? Go ahead.
Khan Adawan Khan. Wherein thou trusted throughout all thy land, and he shall besiege thee in all thy gates throughout all thy land.
Exactly. He shall besiege you in all thy gates, man. So you understand? The oppressor, if he gets a little bit of the piece of the land, he wants all of it. He's gonna do treaties and tell you, well, you could have that part. It's coming for it too. It's coming for everything. And we have that in Obadiah. Obadiah talks about that as well. They want everything. You understand? They're not gonna leave you a crumb. Even the crumb they won't let you have. They want everything. And because of these things, he's gonna suffer too. Judgment is coming for him. You understand? Because of these things, judgment is coming. And we will be safe as a people. Was that it on the verse?
It ends off saying, which the Lord thy God has given thee.
Exactly. You understand? These curses are from God. You see, God is a father. He's a father. He's gonna punish us because we don't listen to him. You understand? Once we start listening to him, he's gonna defend us. You're not gonna touch my children. Understand? I'm gonna be ready to kill over my kids. You understand? God is a father and he's our father. So we need to listen to our father, and you're gonna see the protection that he provides.
Salakia, sir, if I may, I have a precept.
Go ahead.
It's in Zechariah chapter 2 and verse 8. It says, for thus saith the Lord of hosts, after the glory has he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you, for he that touches you touches the apple of his eye.
Exactly. There you go. He that touches you touches the apple of his eye. He that touches the Negroes, the Latinos, and the Native Indian touches the apple of God's eye. So God's coming for you, man, the oppressor. Understand? And that's all throughout the Bible. All throughout the Bible, it's talking about us and what God is gonna do to these other nations. So like we have another student over here. You made it. Canada standing up. We standing up in Montreal. You understand? Welcome, man. Shalom. You understand? So no matter what they do to us, even though we live in these curses, we're gonna have our justice at the end of the day. You understand? Go to bring me Trooper Zabaja, bring me to Lamentation chapter 3, verse 64. Lamentation.
Lamentations chapter 3, verse 64. Render unto them recompense, O Lord, according to the work of their hands.
Read it again, so like you're cutting up.
Khan. Render unto them a recompense, O Lord, according to the work of their hands.
Exactly. Render them a recompense. Repay them. Understand? Repay them. You see the natives suffering right now? They're gonna have justice. God is gonna repay the oppressor for what they is doing to the natives right now. Understand? The Bible talks about that. It talks about justice. You understand? Go ahead again.
Render unto them a recompense, O Lord, according to the work of their hands.
Exactly. According to the work of their hands. You understand? And this is a lamentation, like we could say, lamentation is like you lamenting, you in sorrow, you in pain. You understand? You letting out everything that you have inside to the Most High. This is what Jeremiah was doing, seeing how his people was being oppressed. You understand? The same thing that we do when we see our native brothers exactly in the street and they can't live on their land in peace. You understand? And we pray for what? We pray exactly that God bring hell to the oppressor. God bring hell to exactly our enemies. Go ahead with next verse.
Give them sorrow of heart.
Give them peace.
Give them sorrow of heart.
No, let them be saved. Let them be saved. Let us join hands together.
Give them sorrow of heart.
Give them sorrow of heart, man. Make them feel pain, man. Like we felt pain. Like our forefathers and foremothers felt pain, man. This is what we should pray God for. We should pray God to give sorrow to our enemies, to these other nations for touching us, man. Understand? Go ahead.
Give them sorrow of heart, thy curse unto them.
Hmm.
Verse 66. Prosecute and destroy them in the anger from under the heavens of the Lord.
Persecute them, man, and destroy them. You understand? Destroy them. It's not peace. We're not here for peace with the other nations, man. We want God to oppress them, destroy them. We want destruction for the other nations. We want justice for the native, for the Negroes, for the Latinos. You understand? And justice for the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indian is the destruction of the other nation that took advantage of us. Understand? We're not supposed to like see them and be like the Christian. Well, brother, you're gonna be saved. We're gonna be in heaven together. We're not supposed to be like that. We're supposed to pray God that they destroy, man. Understand? If we're in heaven and the oppressor is in heaven, he's gonna try to kill us in heaven, man, and take heaven if that was allowed. But thank God under Yahweh is not that's not allowed, man.
Khan.
So we're supposed to pray for exactly vengeance. We pray for vengeance exactly for. We're not gonna take arms. We're not gonna take guns and fight with the oppressor. We're not gonna do things like that. You understand? Our revolution is waking up from our sin, waking up exactly from our states of being of sleepiness, and respecting the Most High, following the laws of the Most High, and following the footstep of Christ. Understand? This is our revolution. You understand? But we're not. That doesn't mean we soften. We're gonna be open and welcome them with open arms and be like, "Oh, well, you my brother, you're the oppressor. Well, everything's forgotten." No, no, nothing is forgotten. We remember everything you did, and we're gonna keep note of it. You understand?
Khan.
And we pray God for vengeance. You understand? That's what we're
Salakia,
supposed
sir.
to do. Go ahead.
I was gonna say if they could remember World War I, we have to remember what they did. We can't forget it.
Exactly.
Khan.
You know come, exactly. You know what's a funny thing? They tell us to forget, but you know on Quebec, license plate. It says "Je me souviens," I remember. You understand? But they tell us to forget. You understand? They tell us to forget, but the license plate it says "Je me souviens," I remember. So we have the right to remember what they did to us as well. You understand?
Yes.
We have the right to remember and to remember the struggle of our forefathers. You understand?
Khan. Salakia, that reminds me too, like if you look at the Twin Towers, the slogan is basically never forget, right?
Exactly.
When you talk about slavery, they're like, "Oh, just let it go. That was in the past." You know what
Let
I'm
it
saying?
go.
Like,
Exactly.
Just let it go,
Because they
Jamal.
want it.
yeah, just let it go. Let it go. Yeah.
You understand? You understand? Because they don't want to feel the guilt and the shame of what they done and what they're benefiting from. That's why. They don't want to feel. They don't want to feel the guilt. Well, we did that to them. We're gonna have to face the fact that everything that we have is through all this oppression and atrocities. You understand? That's why they don't want to face. But we remember exactly our suffering. We remember Geronimo. You understand? We remember Sitting Bull and so on. Understand? Then that was it for the verse.
Khan.
So you see, persecute them and destroy them in anger, not in peace, in anger, man. And just like the warrior just read before, you understand? We are the apple of God's eyes, man.
Khan.
We are the apple of His eyes, man. So once He's gonna bring justice, it's gonna be anger, man. Understand? Bring me to Psalm 28, verse 4. Trooper Zabad, Trooper Zabad, bring me to First Esdras chapter 8, verse 77. Go ahead when you have it, Jonathan.
Khan. This is Psalm chapter 28 and verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
Give them according to their deeds.
Give them according to what?
Give them according to their deeds.
Give them according to their deeds, man. You know what they did. I was reading a story yesterday. The story shocked me, man. There was a lady, a lady devil, a she devil. She put a slave in the oven because he didn't cook right. He didn't cook the meal right. He put him in the oven, man. But what did the Bible say, Jonathan?
Give them according to their deeds.
Give them according to the deed, to their deeds. You're gonna go to the oven this time. You understand? You will
God,
go to the oven. You can cook right, and they can cook. You can cook well. Send it to the oven, man.
God,
You understand? Give them according to their deeds. That's in the Bible, man. But you're not gonna hear that in the Christian church. You're not gonna hear justice in the Christian church. Because why the Christian church hate the Negroes and Latinos and Native Indians, you're not gonna hear the justice that they deserve and that's coming to them for them. You understand?
Yeah, question.
Go ahead.
Are you French?
Go ahead.
Tu vois, comme là, rends-leur selon leurs œuvres et selon la malice de leurs actions. Rends-leur selon l'ouvrage de leurs mains, donne-leur le salaire qu'ils méritent. Donc, on s'entend quand on parle de cela. Mais mettons que dans la vie quotidiennement de tous les jours, si, on va dire, je vais à l'école, par exemple, je fréquente des amis qui sont blancs, on va dire. Moi, c'est pas nécessairement que ça veut dire que je veux le sauver ou quoi que ce soit. Mais moi, dans ma conscience à moi, et en tant que moi, qui sait la Bible, je connais ce verset-là. Là, moi, je peux me dire que ce genre-là, que comme, tu sais, je vais l'aider quand même des fois de temps en temps, mais comme je vois qu'il fait quelque chose de bizarre, genre, ben là, ok, je sais pas qu'il a fait quelque chose de bizarre, là, je peux agir selon le commandement de Dieu.
So, but so like, because the word is in French, it's saying like, let's say I'm in school and then I have to deal with what with the oppressor. So, am I gonna put this in effect? That's what you want to say? How are you gonna put this in effect?
Yes.
Okay. So this over here is like it's not us that's doing it right now. You understand? That's a future prophecy. Understand? Right now, what we do is like we deal with our people. You understand? Of course, you're gonna go to work. You have to deal with the oppressor. You understand? You do what you got to do. You understand? But they're not gonna be your friend. You understand? You're not gonna bring them home and you understand? drink
pourrais aussi, mais ça nécessairement comme vouloir, comme si genre pour dire que c'est ton frère ou bien quelque chose. Mettons que tu as un travail d'équipe à faire avec lui, par exemple. Tu n'as pas le choix.
C'est exact.
Tu peux servir une bière ou quoi que ce soit. Mais comme des fois, genre, le message est passé que comme si genre on peut pas juste comme parler ou
non
l'affaire c'est qu'avec eux autres, même notre monde aussi, on peut pas parler à n'importe qui, même dans notre monde aussi. Imagine-toi ces gens-là.
Je comprends.
Fait que c'est ça. Quand ces autres, il faut vraiment qu'ils soient spécial là, comme toi tu peux le voir. Il faut essayer de lui expliquer qu'est-ce qu'on connaît. Et quand tu lui expliques qu'est-ce qu'on connaît, il faut que tu vois quand même qu'il y a une certaine positivité, qui reçoit, qui participe quand même avec toi, parce que lui, il a dit aussi, et eux autres, ils vont jamais rien vouloir faire avec nous. Et à la fin, quand ça va brasser dehors, et ils vont se regarder eux autres même, puis ils vont voir leur frère arriver, là, ils vont prendre c'est là
okay, we're gonna stay in the class and talk. But just to add on is like, as soon as they know what you follow, then they won't even want to be around you. As soon as they see you elevating your putting air in your chest, pumping your chest, and be like, I'm a real Jew, they're gonna be like, well, I don't want to do my homework with him no more. That's how they're gonna be. You understand? In the state of ignorance, well, he's my friend. You understand it? I like him, but as soon as you show that you know who you are, they're not gonna want to be around you no more.
Plus que tu grandis, plus qu'il va entendre, c'est ça qui va
rester. And bring me to First Esdras chapter 8 verse 77. I'm gonna read something just about it. First Esdras chapter 8 verse 77.
Khan, I have it right now for you.
Go
First Esdras chapter 8 verse 77. For our sins and our fathers, Salakia, and for our sins and for our fathers, we with our brethren and our kings and our priests were given up unto the kings of the earth.
You understand? This is what happened to us. We were given exactly to the kings of the earth. Who is the king of the earth right now? The ruler of the earth, the person the race of people that control the entire earth. You understand? And why were we given into their hands? Go ahead again.
for our sins and for our fathers.
For our sins and our father's sins. You understand? This is why we are with our brethren, we are brothers, with the native, with the Latinos, we're suffering like we're suffering today. Understand? Because of our sin, because of what our fathers did. Understand? So what should we do now? What should we do as a people? Should we continue in sin or should we change ourselves?
You should
I
repent.
We should repent. We should change ourselves. You understand? And that's how we're gonna get to the kingdom of heaven. You understand? By repenting, by changing, by following what God says as a people. And once we do that as a people, our oppressors, the kings of the earth won't be able to touch us. You understand? The king of the earth they will fear us. You understand? Go. Was that it on the verse?
La'ah, sir.
Go ahead.
Unto the kings of the earth, to the sword, and to the captivity, and for a prey with
To the
shame
what? To the what?
unto
So
this
like,
day.
go ahead again to the what?
And to the sword, and to
The
the
sword.
captivity.
Yeah, the sword is death, killing. You see how we being killed in the States? You understand? Even over here in Canada, it's less frequent in Canada, but it still happen. You understand? It's not like the state, like they're killing us like the state, but we have Villanueva in Montreal as an example, Latino. We have other brothers, you understand? To the sword, man. And to what? To after the sword, what it says?
And to the captivity.
Captivity, man. Who's in captivity right now? Who's in
Salakia, we
captivity?
are, sir.
The Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indian, we are in captivity right now. So you see, the Bible is about us, man. You understand? The Jewish man in Israel is not in captivity. You understand? We are in captivity, man. You understand? Go ahead.
And for a prey with
And for
shame
a
unto
prey.
this day.
Exactly. And for a prey, man. We are prey to them, man. You understand? This is why the police arrest us. This is why the police follow us. And you understand? And well, you didn't cross the light at the right place. We are a prey to them. This is why we drive our car, and after that, the police whoop whoop whoop. Well, we see a black man in a nice car. You understand? We are a prey to them. You understand why we are a prey? Because exactly we don't follow the laws of the Bible, man. Because our forefather didn't listen, and we didn't listen. This is why we must wake up and come back up to who we are. Understand? Was that in on the verse?
Khan, sir.
Bring me to verse 85, same chapter, verse 85.
Khan, sir.
You're gonna see something again. Verse 85, and First Ezra chapter 8, verse 85.
Khan. This is verse 85, First Ezra chapter 8. Moreover, ye shall never seek to have peace with them.
No, we should have peace with them. We should drink with them.
More,
You see it?
never seek to have peace with them.
Never seek to have peace with them. Man. If it's homework with school, well, that's all I'm doing with you. After that, salute. You understand? Salute. Them, I want to have peace with them, and not only the oppressor, every other nation. Understand?
Parce que sous 10, 15 ou 20 blancs, peut-être ils vont sortir juste ça.
You understand? Keep going.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead on the verse.
Moreover, ye shall never seek to have peace with them, that ye may be strong.
That ye may be what?
Eat the good things of the land. Strong.
That you may be strong. Exactly. You may be strong. Don't seek peace so you could be strong. So we could be strong. We could unite. Understand? While we seeking peace with them, they're killing our people. You understand? They're going to the native territory and trying to drive a pipeline. But what? Let's say we were soldiers. We as soldiers that we are. We like, you know what? We're gonna stand with the native over there. Why you in the native now? To make a statement. We there with them. Understand? This is what we should be doing. Okay? As a people. Go ahead.
That ye may be strong and eat the good things of the land.
Eat the good things. We won't be eating from them. You understand? We will go and get our food from another black person, from another Latino, from another native. You understand? We will eat good, the good things, everything that's very good in the land. We will have it because we unite and we make the best of everything. You understand? And they know this. They know this. This is why they made sure that native don't like black don't like Latinos. They make sure of that because they don't want us to unite. Once we unite, once we don't seek their peace, but we unite, just like the Bible say, gather together, we will be strong. Okay? And they know this. Go ahead.
And that ye may leave the inheritance of the land unto your children forevermore.
Forevermore. So you could have inheritance. We don't have inheritance. We have a bunch of rich black men, but they don't leave inheritance to their children. Understand? We don't have no inheritance. But once we unite, once we start having businesses together, industries, we will be leaving heritage to our children. And not only that, we will leave the laws, the custom of our people to them, and they will teach them to their children. You understand? That's what we're supposed to do, not to seek peace with them. If it's work, like I work with them, you understand? We all work. We all got to. We call it slavery. We all got to be in the slavery. We slave with them, but at the end of the day, it stays there. You understand? I don't bring them to my house after my slavery. I'm all about my people. Understand? You understand? I don't want them in my house. If it's the landlord, okay, you have no choice. Yes, okay, cool. I talk to you. Exactly. You understand? But that's what we should not to seek peace with them. Just like the native, what they do, they, instead of looking at the ICPK and looking at the black people and Latinos, be like, well, come with open arm. They go to the oppressor and they well, oppressor, we need you to understand that this is our land. We need you to understand. The oppressor doesn't give it them. Understand? He's gonna take more and more and more and more. You understand? Was that it on the verse?
Khan, no, Salakia.
Well,
Khan, that was it on the verse.
okay. Bring me to Jeremiah 51, verse 6. Zabadja, you're gonna read the verse 24.
I got it, sir.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51 and verse 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon.
Flee out of the midst of the Babylon, man. Don't seek peace with them. Flee. You understand? What does that mean to flee? You understand? Does that mean to go away like some fake Israelites say, go to the Philippines? Nah, you stop doing what they're doing. You stop following the culture. You understand? We stop exactly using drugs. We stop selling drugs. We stop doing all the crimes that we used to do. You understand? We become men of God. You understand? We become His image. We become His image and doing things that the Most High wants us to do. That's what it means to flee. Go ahead.
And deliver every man his soul.
Mm-hmm.
Be not cut off in her iniquity.
Exactly. Be not caught up with the iniquities. Which is the same verse in Revelation as well. You're gonna find the same verse in Revelation. Don't be part of iniquities. Don't follow them. Don't do what they do. Don't seek peace with them. You're gonna burn with them when that fire comes. You understand? Go ahead.
For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance.
For this is what?
For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance.
This is the time of the Lord's vengeance. This is why we should flee from them, from Babylon, from America, from Canada. We should not follow exactly what they follow. And
He will render unto her a recompense.
When I say don't follow sexual, being a drug addict, don't be a drug addict. Being a robber, go ahead.
Salakia. He will render unto her a recompense.
Exactly. He will render unto them a recompense. This is the day of the Lord as for them. You understand? You see the native being oppressed. God has a day coming for the oppressor. Understand? And their ends are too short to box with God. They could make
God.
As God, man. They can fly Christ, man. When Christ comes back, it's gonna bring vengeance for our people, man. and it's gonna destroy the oppressor, and every other nation that was there, they're gonna pay. Understand? This is what it is. Was that it on the verse?
Khan, I don't Khan.
Bring me to verse 24, Troopers Abadja.
Khan Adon Khan. Jeremiah 51, verse 24. And I will render unto Babylon to all the inhabitants of Chaldea all their
Exactly. Yeah.
that they have done in Zion in your sight, saith the Lord.
Who's Babylon today?
America.
America. You have the precept with Babylon today? How do we know that Babylon is America today? It's the same precept that of what you just read, verse 6.
Khan, this is Revelation chapter 18 and verse 4.
You understand? That's what the troopers are sharp in Canada. The warriors are sharp in Canada. Go ahead.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues.
Exactly.
For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God has remembered her iniquities."
Exactly. This is the same. So we see exactly what is being told in the Old Testament is being.
La bibliothèque fermera ses portes dans 11 minutes. Si vous souhaitez emprunter les documents, veuillez vous présenter au bord de fenêtre.
We're seeing exactly that what is being said in the Old Testament is being said in the New Testament, in the last book of the New Testament. Understand? Flee from Babylon. And in the Old Testament, who was it talking about to? Who God was talking to in that verse?
The actual Babylonians, sir.
No, when it say flee from Babylon, who's supposed to?
Salakia, sir. He was talking to the Israelites who were stuck in Babylon.
Exactly. You understand? He was talking to the Israel that was talking about Babylon. What about the new Babylon in Revelation? Who is he talking about?
He's still talking to the Israelites who are still stuck in Babylon, but in the modern Babylon.
There's no change. Exactly. There's still the same people in the new Babylon. You understand? The Negroes, Latinos, and the Native Indian. He's not talking to every race on earth. He's talking only to his people. Flee from America. Flee from Canada, their culture. Don't do what they do. But you know what? Go back to who you are. Go back to your culture. Go back exactly to follow the Most High laws. That's what he's talking about. And if you don't follow the Most High law, what's going to happen? You're going to be part of exactly the you will be part of the plagues that's about to come upon this place. You'll be part of those that's going to burn exactly in nuclear fire. You understand? So flee from it, man. So we showing love. We showing love. We telling you love. This is good. Example, well, they're talking about the imminent danger coming, so they should use their brain and be like, well, they're talking about peace, they're talking about love. We should take note of these things. But what is the oppressor going to do? He's going to try to oppress us until we put our end in wickedness, just like we read. Understand? Flee from Babylon, man. Any of you got any question, comment you want to say? Go ahead.
Salaki, yeah. If you notice that
gonna bring in one last verse.
Salaki.
Go ahead.
Salaki. I was just gonna say, like, if you look through, like, the law, like, it's always been a law for our people to always, be separate, be separate from amongst the other people. So, like, that's basically part of our custom, is to always be separate. So, yeah.
Exactly. We had laws to deal with our people, with our people, and we have laws how to deal with the other nation. Like, I'm not gonna treat another black man, another Latino man, another Native man with the love, with the same amount of love I give them with the other nation. The other nation don't deserve my love. You know who deserve my love? Another black man. You understand? Troopers Abadja, Jonathan, and Dylan. You understand? KK over here. Understand? Sister Charlene over here, these are the people that deserve my love. But the oppressor next room, he doesn't deserve my love. Understand?
God.
If we have business together, it's business. We have laws that to conduct business with the other nation, but it goes as far as that. Understand? If it's schoolwork, it's schoolwork. It goes as far as that. After that, just like the Bible says, do not seek their peace, so you could be strong. Gather together. You understand? Don't seek their peace, but gather together as the people of God. And once we peace, you understand?
Shalaki, I was gonna say, if I may, that like our oppressors of the other nations, they haven't done anything to given us to even deserve our love.
Yeah, that's right. They tell us to forget our trouble, forget, get high, forget about your pain. You understand? Have fun, forget about slavery, have fun. Go fornicate, go have sex. Understand? Go have sex. Understand? But that's what it is. They don't give us a reason to love them. Christian thinks because they're Christian, they don't think like we think, but they wake up. Okay? But they tell us to forget, to get high while they're oppressing us even more, while they're telling us to do evil. Okay? While they're promoting evil in our neighborhood. And what happened? Once we do that evil, we die. We go to jail. Bad things happen to us. And what are they gonna say? Well, he should have known better. He should have known better not to do these things. He should have known better not to sell drug. Who put the drug in our communities, though? Understand? So this is the oppressor. So this is the oppressor. So we see exactly what's going on with the community. We see exactly in the Bible what that is coming, and what's gonna happen to the oppressor is gonna be diminished. It's gonna be destroyed, and we should pray for the destruction of our oppressor. We should pray that God grant the justice and destroy our oppressor, bring calamity, bring plagues. You see, coronavirus. I want more than that. I want more than that in every Jewish community. You understand? I want to pray. I pray God for only for the Jewish. I pray God for a plague just for them. So nobody else have it but them. So they could, because of they took their identity and called themselves Jewish. Well, you're gonna have to deal with that plague yourself. I pray God for this. Understand? And we should exactly pray God for the destruction of our enemies, and we should gather together, pray God that He healed our people, and we gather as a people, and we be ready for when Christ come back, so we could rule this world. This is what we should be doing. That being said, I have to cut the class 50. Well, five. Go ahead. 5 minutes. I got 5 minutes left for the end of the class. If any comment or question, go ahead.
Sir, we got a comment in the chat.
Come on.
The comment was Stalakia.
We have I'm gonna take the one first Esdras. I see the first Esdras 1, 8 and 7. We give to the king. We wrestle with the dark rulers of this world. Dark rulers of this world are the oppressor. You understand? They rule the earth with darkness. They don't shed the lights exactly on our people. You understand? This is what this Christian thinks like that we're dealing with supernatural forces, and you understand, bring so much nonsense with the Bible. Well, these are the people that's ruling on the oppressor, exactly. You understand? These are the people. Yeah. Submit the two oppressor, and give me a second. Psalm 89 verse 32 is talking about us, but the same example could be applied exactly for the oppressor. Just like we read exactly, God's gonna visit them for what they have done to us. Understand? Just like exactly what we read exactly, what the the warrior Jonathan just read exactly in Revelation. As soon as there's sin, as soon as there's iniquity, God is gonna bring exactly strikes. The rod is gonna come and bring destruction. You understand? Just like we see.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Salakia, sir, go ahead.
Just like exactly we're saying with the Chinamen. The Chinamen eat bats. What happened? Coronavirus. While eating bat is against the law, exactly the dietary law. God said, "Do not eat bats." Understand? Go ahead.
Yes, Salaki, I just want to say, like what you were saying, like what it's gonna happen to them, because in Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 7, it says, "And the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee and which persecuted thee."
Exactly. You understand? And this is what's gonna happen to exactly the oppressor. You understand? So to the hackler exactly on the chat to say the oppressor is so smart. If the oppressor is so smart, he would have never touched the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indians. He would have leved them alone. He would have said, "Well, I'm gonna rule the world, but these people, I won't touch them." No, I won't touch them. But they're not that smart. Understand? They're not smart at all.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
I was looking for it a second ago, but the other day there was an article about all the sewage dumped into Lake Ontario. And that's from our process.
And you know what happened with that? The fish is gonna suffer, just like we read exactly before. As the animals, you understand? As the animals, they will tell you. As the animal who the devil is, man. You understand? With that being said, Warrior Jonathan, Troopers of Badger, I have to end the class. You understand? It was a nice class. Give a hand. You understand? And we have two warriors in Montreal here. Understand? It's a good day. Hopefully we'll keep the numbers up, and all people will be ready to be warriors and stand tall for Black, Latino, Native Indian in Canada, man. And that being said, I say Yahweh Barakatam to the warriors. Yahweh Shamar Al-Tam Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah to the sisters. All right, class dismissed.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah Barakatah.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah Barakatah.
Shalom. Yes, I understand.